two of history's most legendary and sought-after artifacts, the Philosopher's Stone and the Holy Grail. Both promise the greatest of gifts, eternal life. But what do they really mean? How are they different, and why have they captured humanity's imagination for centuries? In this video, we'll dive deep into the myths and truths behind the Philosopher's Stone and the Holy Grail. Are these two objects really about living forever, or is there something more profound behind their legends? Let's explore the battle for eternal life. Let's start with the Philosopher's Stone. For centuries, alchemists believed this mythical substance could turn base metals into gold, creating unlimited wealth. But it didn't stop there. The Philosopher's Stone was said to hold the key to eternal life by granting immortality. The stone wasn't just about material transformation. It symbolized the ultimate spiritual transformation, the purification of the soul. To create the stone, an alchemist would need to undergo an inner transformation, perfecting themselves to unlock its true power. But was the Philosopher's Stone ever just a physical object? Many scholars believe it was a metaphor for achieving spiritual enlightenment, the journey of transforming oneself to become pure, wise, and ultimately immortal in spirit. Now let's move on to the Holy Grail. Often associated with Christian mythology, the Grail is believed to be the cup used by Jesus at the Last Supper, but the Grail's legend doesn't end there. The Grail was said to grant eternal life, but unlike the Philosopher's Stone, the Grail's power wasn't about personal transformation or wealth. It was about divine connection and spiritual purity. Only the worthy, those pure of heart, could find and drink from the Holy Grail. Where the Philosopher's Stone emphasizes self-transformation, the Holy Grail is about grace, receiving a gift from a higher power. It represents a spiritual quest that focuses on faith, morality, and divine favor. Now let's compare these two legendary artifacts. While the Philosopher's Stone and the Holy Grail may seem like separate myths, they share some common themes. Both are symbolic of a quest for something greater, a search for immortality. Both objects transcend the physical realm. The Philosopher's Stone is about inner transformation, while the Holy Grail is about purity and divine grace. Yet both promise eternal life, not necessarily in the literal sense, but as a state of spiritual enlightenment or divine favor. Whether through alchemy or divine intervention, both myths suggest that eternal life is about more than just living forever. It's about transcending our human limitations, overcoming our weaknesses, and achieving something eternal in spirit. So what does eternal life really mean in these myths? Is it simply about avoiding death, or is there a deeper lesson to be learned? In both the Philosopher's Stone and the Holy Grail, eternal life isn't just about living forever. It's about achieving a state of purity, wisdom, and spiritual awakening. The journey toward the stone or the Grail is a metaphor for the journey toward enlightenment. Perhaps eternal life isn't about time, but about transformation. It's about leaving behind the ordinary, mundane world and transcending to a higher state of being, a state where wisdom, virtue, and spirit endure long after the physical body fades. Today, we can see modern interpretations of these ancient quests. From the scientific pursuit of longevity to the spiritual journeys of self-awareness and personal growth, the search for eternal life continues. Whether through science, philosophy, or spirituality, the quest for eternal life remains one of humanity's greatest mysteries. The Philosopher's Stone and the Holy Grail, despite their mythical origins, still teach us valuable lessons about self-discovery, inner peace, and the true meaning of life. In the end, the search for eternal life is a search for something more than just physical immortality. It's a search for meaning, purpose, and enlightenment, concepts that have captivated the human spirit for centuries. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the myths of the Philosopher's Stone and the Holy Grail. What do you think? Is eternal life achievable, or is it more about the spiritual quest? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries of history and philosophy. Until next time, keep seeking the truth.